Hey guys, I am back finally. It took me a little bit to get back to film this one. Um, yeah. Anyway, we'll just move past that because y'all are tired of hearing it and I'm tired of saying it. So, um, my hair got a little shorter in the process and a little lighter in the in the meantime. Um, so today we are going to film my high-end favorites of 2023. Finally get that out of the way. Hopefully you'll see this before the end of hopefully before the end of 2024, but hopefully before the end of February you'll see this. That way we can just get 2023 in 2023 and leave it. But we'll get this off the slate and we can move forward. So let's just get right into it so we don't take forever. But my favorite eyeshadow palette, if you didn't watch my 2023 favorites, was Natasha Denona. I Need a Nude palette. I love this. I got it kind of toward the end of the year, but loved it and just really used it a lot. I didn't do a whole lot of eyeshadow last year, but when I did, this was what I was picking up. This and another palette. And if you don't know what that is, then go back and watch my other video. That's just me getting you to go back and watch my other video. So, let's go ahead and dive in and do something with this. My favorite eyeshadow primer for 2023 higher end is Rare Beauty. I love this eyeshadow primer. So much so I'm literally scraping to get something out today because I am down to my last little bit here. All right, so I'm gonna dip in to a little bit of a different color palette, just a tad bit different. I mean, this is a neutral palette. There's not a whole lot you can do, but there is a little bit. So we're going to take a little bit of the color in here called Wit. My name's Whitney. Wit is my nickname everybody gives me. So gonna dip into that. I'm gonna put that in the crease, and I'm doing this because it kind of matches my shirt a little. I took this like big fluffy brush, which is the number 4 from the Lunar Beauty and Laura Lee Los Angeles collab, and so it's really big and I like it to just really get the color on there really quick. But how many times can you say really in a sentence? But if it gets up too high, which I'm fine with this, but I just want to show you a little trick. I like to take a like nude, my skin tone shade, and take around the edges and just kind of clean it up a bit. It's a very nice little trick. If you get up too high, this is a very nice trick. Or you feel like you just need to blend the edges. Super nice. I didn't spend a lot of time on that because I didn't feel like I really needed it a whole lot, but I like to share my little tips when I remember. Okay, so I think the next shade I'm going to go into is Vague, and I am holding this upside down, so I think you would probably realize that, but in case you didn't, I just wanted to mention it. So I'm going to go into Vague right here. I'm going to deepen up the crease just a tiniest bit. I had a couple of people tell me they got this palette and then they got it and they were like, what am I going to do with it? And I got it and I was like, oh, I see so many possibilities. So that's what I'm trying to do, a little bit different than what I've done before. Hopefully it looks different to you. And if it's not different enough, maybe it just inspires you a little, maybe. I think I'm going to go ahead and take, I'm going to start with Tender right here, and we may go a little bit deeper, but I'm going to start with Tender in this outer corner, which is a shade that I use a lot, but this is just kind of for depth more than anything. So I'm going to take this shade here called Filigree, I think is how you say it, and if I'm saying it wrong, I apologize. And I'm just going to kind of put that down where I put that deepest shade. This is a shimmer. Then I'm going to fade into this shade here called Ella, which seems very similar. It's just a tiny bit of a different texture. And then just on that inner corner, I'm taking this middle shade called Muse. And I'm putting that. I think I might actually like that better with my finger. How pretty. I love that shade. So now I'm just going to kind of clean up. Then I'm going to take my Victoria Beckham Satin Cajal Liner. I just sharpened it. Not too sharp though. And I'm going to take and just kind of make a little bit of a wing here. I'm going to take a liner brush And I'm going to kind of work with that and smudge it a bit. And I do really like to do this with like a dark shadow. But this one, I love this liner because I have a lot of playtime with it. And I can just really do whatever I need to do. Perfect. So what today I'm going to do is take a little bit of that shadow and just kind of set it a little bit to make sure that it's going to stay, because it is super creamy, which I love. I just don't want my eyeliner going everywhere. Then once I get that done, I'm going to clean it up again because I'm going to sharpen that line. Beautiful. I love doing that wing look just because it lifts my eyes. I say this all the time. Sorry, I'm a broken record. But I do. I just love it. I think it's so pretty. So you don't have to do the liner and then set it. I usually just use a powder eyeshadow because I'm in a hurry. But if you take that extra step, it's going to last longer and it will just look really nice and pretty and all the things. So that's an added benefit of it. So, all right, so moving on to the face. This is my favorite primer. This is the Vanish Airbrush Primer from Hourglass, and I love it. And I'm almost out. But we are going to scrape this puppy today, okay? We are going to get as much out of here as we possibly can. So what I did is I went on Amazon and I bought these little spatulas. It came in a pack of 3, I believe. And we are going to get some primer from the bottom of this. We're going to scrape. See, look at that. You may think I'm crazy. These spatulas I don't think were very much. So if you have some cosmetic, I think they were even called cosmetic spatulas. If you have some cosmetics and you want to get the most out of them, because I think this primer is like $58. This is a good way to do it. If I could get the little stopper out of this, I would totally get it out of there and like scrape it at the bottom. Listen, I have a lot of makeup, but I'm also a penny pincher, and I will pinch every last drop out of here that I can get. Just because I love makeup doesn't mean that I don't like to save money where I can. Or that money grows on trees. It might be paper, but it sure don't grow on trees. You know how satisfying that is? So satisfying. So I think I can even maybe get a little bit more out of there. So hallelujah. I'll link these little spatulas that I got. There's like an even bigger one here. I'll show you in just a second. So I have this really big spatula too, and it's a little dusty because it's been sitting here for a minute. And there was a third one, and it was like mid-size between these. Okay. My niece has got it, and I don't know exactly what happened to it, but they were playing with it, so who knows what happened to it. But it is a little bit flexible here on the end, so if you have any like larger things you want to use that for, that's great. I think this little one is the perfect size, and then that middle one would have been perfect size too, but I don't know what happened to it. But I love that primer so much. It makes your skin feel silky smooth. I said in my video, I don't know if I'll repurchase. I will definitely repurchase this. It's just going to be like one of those ouch purchases, but I'll do it. And then to go along with that, we have the Ambient Soft Glow Foundation from Hourglass. So they're like basically the same little components, but I love this. This looks so good on the skin. I just wish it was a tad bit lighter for me, but we're going to make that work too. So when you see it on the skin, don't go, oh my gosh, that's not her shade. I know it's not my shade, but we'll make it work. The coverage from this is amazing. Okay. The shade match is not atrocious. I have some that are worse, but I wish I'd went down just maybe a shade in this, but we can definitely make this work. I just love this foundation. I do believe if you are, I know my hair is a little crazy. I do believe if you are like a dry, maybe even normal skin type, you might not like this because it's more of a matte finish. But I also think combo oily, I think this is really good, because if you want that kind of glowy skin, because you can kind of see the glow from it, but it doesn't look like a glowy finish. It's just from the foundation itself. So I don't know exactly how they do that, but it's more of like a matte finish, but you get the glow. And I know that doesn't make any sense, but it's gonna set down more matte. So if you were looking for a matte foundation, this is great, and you get that little glow. But if you don't like matte, stay away from this one. All right, so my favorite like cream bronzer is also from Rare Beauty. I love Rare Beauty as a brand. I think it's a great brand. I was never like really into like teen stars, which they're not teenagers anymore because I'm getting older, but I wasn't really into Selena Gomez, so that kept me from trying her brand for a long time, because I was like, I'm not jumping on that bandwagon, but she really does have a great brand. So it's not that I'm just a fan of her, I just really love her brand. And I have nothing wrong with, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with her, I'm just saying I'm not a fan of her personally, so it's not like I'm a fan of her, so that's why I'm jumping on the bandwagon of being a fan of her brand, is all I'm saying. I'm gonna go ahead and blend this with my brush I did with my foundation. For a liquid cream blush, I love Rare Beauty yet again, sorry guys, in the shade Bliss. I love this shade. I think it is a gorgeous shade, and I only have these little minis, but really they're gonna last forever because I've had them for a while now, and they're just that good. So pretty, just a nice flush of like peachy pink. I love it so much. All right, my favorite concealer. I love this concealer. This is the Natasha Denona High Glam Concealer. It's the brightening and hydrating crease proof serum concealer. Oh my goodness, this has been so good. I got it and I have not stopped using it. I just love that concealer so much. I have aging eyes, as we all do. I mean, if we're living, we're aging. I love the look of this under my eyes because they are, you know, getting more wrinkly, but it just makes them look so much more youthful. As youthful as they can anyway. So for under my eyes, I like to use my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Powder, and I like to take it with a brush, kind of swirl in there, and I like to make sure all of the creases are out because I do have those lines. And then I like to just kind of press it in there. I was doing the like little powder puff, and I like that, but I just feel like this just gives me such a nicer, like less heavy look under my eyes, and it doesn't emphasize my wrinkles. So that's why I like the brush method a little better. Then for all over the face, let's say it together, Huda Beauty Pound Cake. I love the setting powder so much, so much. I personally have not found a better setting powder than this right here. It's just so good. It really is. I look so smooth on my skin. You just can't tell me any different. Whether you believe it or not, I do. So while that kind of sets, I like to go ahead and do my brows. And for brows, I love the Urban Decay Brow Blade. This is one of my favorites, and I think they've changed the packaging since I purchased this, but we're gonna go with this. This is the shade Cool Cookie, and I don't think it's gonna perfectly match me, but that's okay. We're gonna go with it. On one end, you have the pencil. And on the other, you have a pen, which is really nice. Like I said, it's not a perfect match, but it'll do. And then for brow gel, I really like the Huda Beauty Full and Fluffy Balm Brows. It has some fibers in it, which makes my eyebrows thicker, which is really nice. So this is my favorite powder bronzer, and I'm doing this because it's not really a powder. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Sun Kissed Glow Bronzer, and it is more of like a cream, like a putty formula. I use this in place of powder bronzer, so that's why I'm calling it my powder bronzer. I love to use it with this brush right here. It's the L'Oreal Los Angeles L22. And what I do is I just kind of swirl it in there. Then I just kind of tap it on. Yes, I'm wearing this over powder. Gorgeous, beautiful, love this, love it. I didn't use it for the longest time because I wasn't really into a lot of creams, liquids before I did my powders because I was in a rush. This, I use it all the time. This brush too, love it. For blush, I love this. This is high-end in a sense. This is the Full Fantasy Blush Palette from Lunar Beauty in L'Oreal Los Angeles. I love this palette. I have been dipping into this one here. So I do know I did like a peachy pink moment. So I'm going to show you this and then I might mix these two. So let's see. I really like this brush too from that same collection. It's the number 5 brush. So dipping into Pink Blossom, which is that like really pink color. See how pretty that is? Really pink. A very nice subtle pink. I love it so much. It is so gorgeous. It is a matte blush. The glow that you're seeing is completely from that what am I trying to say, foundation. That's what it is. That's what you're seeing. It's completely from the foundation. So it is gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. So I'm just gonna, just to match the eyes a little bit, I'm just gonna kind of mix those two blushes and just kind of give it a little bit of peach, not too much. It doesn't have to have I've already got a lot of blush on. It doesn't have to have a lot of that peach. I just wanted it to kind of tie in with the eyes a little. On a normal day, I would be fine with just that pink. It just didn't match the eyes. Okay. So if we get like this and we have like really blush cheeks, we can tone it down a little. I'm going to go ahead and do highlighter, and I'm going to take this gold and just put a little bit right here on tops of my cheeks. And nose. And that's all the highlighter I'm going to use. I'm not going to put it all over the face. Beautiful palette. Love this palette. I think it is still available, and I've even used these two blushes and love them. I'm just really into those two. So but I love this whole palette. Love both of those highlighters. They're gorgeous. I forgot liquid highlighter, guys. This was supposed to go on before. Shoot, I forgot all about it. Well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a little bit of the liquid highlighter and put it on our cheeks. Post powder. So what I did is I just dipped my finger on it, put it on the back of my hand, and then did this. I really don't use liquid highlighter a lot, so I'm not gonna lie to you about that. But if I did, Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light Wand in Spotlight is what I would be using. I'm gonna take the liner brush, go into this deepest brown, and line the bottom lash line just kind of like maybe halfway in. Okay, I did 3/4. Then I'm going to take this shade called Wet and buff along. Then I'll tell you what I'm going to do in order to incorporate this a little more. I'm going to take it on a brush on this inner portion of the eye, and you say it with me, the brow bone. Then I'm going to tightline with the Victoria Beckham Satin Kajal Liner. And I'm going to go ahead and spray my face with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. I love this setting spray. It is the best. It will hold your makeup in place so good. I have a dupe for it in my other video, my affordable favorites, so go check that out too. Then I'm going to use the Tartelette Tubing Mascara. This is such good mascara. Alright guys, we're almost done. So for lips, I have the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude Lip Crayon in Natasha. This is from the My Dream collection, so I'm not exactly sure if that's any different than her normal, but just wanted to make that known. Alrighty. Then I have the Natasha Denona My Dream lipstick in Natasha. I think this was a different finish than her normal Natasha lipstick. Then I have the same collection, the Natasha Denona My Dream lip gloss, and I think that's all that it is the My Dream lip gloss. The liner and the gloss were in my purse. I had to go get it from my purse, so that's how much I love these. I haven't been wearing lipstick as much, but definitely liner and gloss, love those. I don't know if the lipstick necessarily goes with the eyes, but I don't think it clashes too badly, so I'm gonna leave it. The one thing I didn't put on today, which I normally do, is I put on like a little something on my lips as I'm getting like my face done and everything. This is the Lawless Forget the Filler, and I love this stuff. It is so good. I love the little applicator on it. It's actually not little, it's kind of big, but it just is really good. And it's a plumping gloss, but it's not like one of those tingling glosses, and it just really makes your lips look really full. Love this. So this is my full face of high-end favorites. Tell me what you like or what you don't like. Tell me what you've used. Tell me what your favorites are. High-end, affordable, whatever they may be. Just let me know what you're loving these days. Not if they're in, they didn't have to be last year, they can be this year. I'm still using this stuff in this year too, so I just wanted to do this for the year 2023, and I was a little bit later because of life. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm sorry if this is a longer video. I tried to make it quick. That just doesn't happen as easily as it used to. But I really enjoyed it. I love all these products so much. I really, if I paid the extra price for the higher end, there's a reason they're still in my collection, and there's a reason that I decided to try it. And yeah, so definitely some real gems here. I wouldn't call them a favorite if I didn't love them. So a lot of things I'm gonna have to repurchase, which is an ouch, like I said, but still a good thing because I found some good things and I invested some money in some good things. So but I also love those affordable things too that are comparable, or you know, just even better. So check out that video. Thank you again for watching. I appreciate you so much. I hope you are having a wonderful day. You're staying safe, happy, and healthy, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.